Everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Bukilayo here. I'm happy to be back to talk to you guys. It's always a pleasure. Thank you guys again for subscribing. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for everything. Like, I am now on 330 subscribers or something. You guys are the best, absolute best. I love you guys so much. Thank you. You guys are now my family. So from now on, I'll be addressing you as family. So hello family, it's your girl Bukilayo. I want to tell you guys what I'll be doing and what I will not be doing in this video. So this video is to talk about the cost of getting a driver's license in Dubai. And in this video, we are not going to talk about how I passed my exams. I have the driver's license now.
Pass the exam, thank God.
But this is not the video to talk about how I passed the exam. This is the video to talk about the cost of, taking the exam in the UAE, in Dubai to be specific. Okay, so I made a list of the prices I paid. So because they are not taking all the money from you at once. Actually, you can go on a package where you pay everything at once. But what I did wasn't a package, so I only pay as I go. I would explain to you, would understand as we, go into this video. Firstly, I want to talk about why I decided to get a license. So the thing you need to know in Dubai is that it's not easy to move around, and taxis are super expensive. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Taxis are expensive, like super expensive in Dubai. I don't know, maybe if you were earning like in dollars before, or in pounds, it might not be expensive to you. But if you were earning naira before, it will be expensive to you because it's very expensive to me. So, and you can actually move around in a train. So you can actually go to the metro station, and get on a train and go to wherever you're going to. The but there is that if you're not living close to a metro station, you have to find a way to commute to the metro station first before you will be able to get the train. And people try to like get an apartment close to metro station. If you can get an apartment close to metro station, fantastic. But how about people that are unable to get a house close to a metro station? Then it means that you have to find a way to commute to the metro station before you can board on a train or whatever. So now what you can do is to take a bus. So you either take a bus from your house to wherever the metro station is. But the downside to this is that in some areas there are no buses, or the bus will be going somewhere else. So you have to take like 2 to 3 buses before you can get to the metro station, which can be super annoying. And the buses can even take like 30 minutes before they arrive at your location, or 20 minutes. And before they will now start stopping at every bus stop. So that is crazy, especially when it's now busy time. Like maybe people are closing from work like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. You see that the bus stop is packed, everybody is waiting for the bus, and when the bus comes, it's just like you're in Lagos or Oshodi. Like people are pushing themselves trying to get into the bus. So the bus situation is super annoying to me. I don't know about you, but it's super annoying to me, and I didn't like it. So another option, if you don't want to take the bus to the metro station, is to take a taxi. But that's the hard part. So even if you're just crossing the road and you take a taxi, they will take 12 dirhams from you. So the minimum you can pay a Dubai taxi is 12 dirhams. From my house to the metro station, I can pay like 20 dirhams on taxi. And then if I'm coming back again from the metro station to my house, another 20 dirhams. That's 40 dirhams. And then from the metro station to the expo is 7.5. Coming back again, another 7.5. That's 15 dirhams plus 40 dirhams on taxi. That's already 55 dirhams. So you see, the taxi made it expensive. So if there was a magic I could use to like teleport myself to the metro station, it would have made a lot more sense. And if I wanted to wait for a bus, in fact, there is no bus in my area, and the bus that is here is going somewhere else. So I have to take that one and take another one and take another one again. That's 3 buses on top of a 10 minutes drive. Do you understand? So it's quite annoying. Anyway, that being said, so if you have like if you want to get a license and if you want to drive in Dubai, getting a license is the hardest part. Getting a car, getting on an installment plan or whatever you want to do to get a car. Renting a car is not hard, it's not expensive, but getting a license is the hard part. I'm not going to give you lamba in this place. So getting a license is not easy, right? It's just like, I mean, it could be easy for you. It's just like you go to the university, you have to study to take a test, you have to pay attention in class, you have to be in all your classes so that you can remember what your lecturer has taught you, right? And you need to revise, and you just have to put your all into it. So it's not just Shibi is just to drive. It's not just about that, because they have rules in these driving schools and they want you to follow those rules, right? So that's why it's a little bit difficult, because it's hard to follow rules way. So let's get into the main reason why I just wanted to touch all that so that you guys will know, like, have an introduction of or a background of why you would even want to get a license if you're in Dubai. I went to Galadari Institute, and no, is it institute? Galadari Driving Institute. I think that's what they call it. It's somewhere in Al Quoz here. That's the one I went to. And the first thing I did was to pay for file opening. So they'll tell you to pay for file opening. File opening cost 769 dirhams. When you open the file, they will ask you, do you have a driver's license from your own country? So I had a driver's license from my own country. So this calculation is if you have a driver's license from your own country. If you're just starting from the beginning, then this calculation is not for you. And when you say you have a driver's license, they want to see if you actually know how to drive, right? Not that you just have license and you don't know how to drive. So the first thing they want to do is to test you to see if you actually even know how to drive, if you know where the clutch is, or if you know where the brake is, or whatever. So for that you need to pay 210 dirhams for this evaluation. 210 dirhams for evaluation. So if you pass this evaluation test, of which you should be able to pass it, because you're only going to drive for like, you're only going to drive for like 5 minutes, so it's not like a big deal. They just want to see if you know your way around the car. So I passed that, and then I moved to the next stage. So the next stage is your theory. So you need to do theory training first. So they will give you some materials to study or some videos to watch. For this theory test lecture, you need to pay 105 dirhams. 105 dirhams for the lecture. So they will give you materials to go and study on your own. Nobody's teaching you. They'll just give you the materials to go and study. So when you finish studying that, then you pay for the test. So theory test. The theory test is 293 dirhams. 293 dirhams for the theory test. So when you do the theory test, I forgot to mention, you might have to get your pen and your paper to write these things.
Get a pen and a jotter. Jot things down. I'll wait for you. Get it.
If you fail any of these tests, you need to pay. You need to pay again to take the test again, the same amount to take the test again. So, newsflash, I failed my theory test. And then I had to pay another 293 dirhams to take the theory test again. I will tell you in another video why I failed the theory test and how I eventually passed it. But theory test is about learning, traffic signs, road signs, just speed limits and all those things. So if you're already used to a particular way of driving, it might be difficult for you to unlearn the rubbish that you have learned, because in Nigeria we have those rules, but we don't really follow them. So after that, we started lecture. So they would have one invigilator in a car with you. You will be the one driving, and then they will be teaching you everything you need to know. So that's the lecture. For the lecture, I paid 588 dirhams for this lecture. 588 dirhams. I can't remember how many classes we had. I think it was about 20 classes for this 588. And these 20 classes is because I already have a license from my own country. If you don't have a license, I think you would have to take about 40 classes if you are just starting from the beginning. So I took 20 classes. After the training, they will test you. So the school will want to test you to see if everything your lecturer has been teaching you or your trainer has been teaching you, you understand it. So the school wants to test you, and they will tell you to pay 105 dirhams for this test. So 105 dirhams for the initial driving test. They want to see if you can drive, if you understood everything that your trainer has been telling you. So for this initial driving test, I failed it again.
Can you imagine?
Why did I fail it? I had to pay another 105 dirhams to take that test again. I passed it the second time. We'll talk about that in another video. And then after I passed the initial driving test the second time, I did another training. So I paid for more training. So 147 for training, another 210 for training, another 105 for training. So now they took me to the road, the highway, to teach me how to drive on the highway, and then they taught me how to parking. Everything is covered in this fee that I just told you: 147, 210, 105. All these were for training. Then after that, remember I already did the initial driving test for the school, not for RTA. So after this one, then you're going to do like initial parking test also for the school. But the good thing about this initial parking test is that you're not paying any money, it's free. So, but they will make you, if you fail it, they'll make you repeat it again, even if you're not paying. That's how you know that they actually mean well in a weird way. So they actually want you to learn something, but you just have to pay the price and you have to wait because they'll waste your time. So I did this initial parking test with the school, and I had to do it three times because I kept failing it, but I didn't need to pay, so it was fine. And then I moved to the RTA test now. So for the RTA test, they start with parking. So I did parking first. So for each RTA test, it's also 293 dirhams. So the first RTA parking test I did, I failed it. The second one, I failed it. But the third one, I passed it. In the RTA parking test, they have 5 types of tests. They have emergency, they have slope, they have garage, they have parallel, and they have angle. So I failed the angle twice. Only angle, like I passed every other one and failed angle. Like, who fails angle parking? Who fails angle parking? I don't know. I would explain to you guys exactly what happened in another video. So eventually I passed this parking test after paying 293 dirhams 3 times. Then after the parking test, RTA would now test you on the road. So that's the final road test. And one thing you need to know about this road test is that if you fail the road test, you're not just going to pay for another test though. You'll pay for another test and 8 more classes. So at the end of the day, you are paying another 800 dirhams or something if you fail the road test. That's the final road test. So I pray to my God, please help me. Don't shame me. So I paid for the road test and I went for the test, and
Luckily, I passed it at once. Like,
I feel happy, I feel grateful, and I feel fulfilled. I'm happy because I never expected it, but God gave it to me. I'm grateful to Him.
people don't pass that thing at once. It was so amazing. I passed it at once and I was so glad. Like, so after the road test, immediately they would issue you your license, but you need to pay for your license. So you need to pay a fee of 320 dirhams for them to give you the license. Immediately, it takes like less than an hour. They'll give you your license, and I paid service charge as well, 105 dirhams for service charge, and that's it. That's all you need to do. And so another thing you need to know is that the when you want to learn how to drive, you need to like pay for learner's permit, and the learner's permit is for 3 months. If your learner's permit expires and you have not finished taking your classes or you have not passed your exam, then you need to pay another 162 for another learner's permit, even if you have only 1 week left. So that's what happened to me. I had only one road test left, like the final road test, but my 3 months had already expired. I had to do it because they don't do less than 3 months. It has to be 3 months. So I had to pay another 162 to get the final road test. That's all. I want to say that don't feel pressure. Don't feel like you have to get a license. You don't have to get a license. You can still, take buses, take the train for now until you are ready to get a license. This video is not to pressurize you into getting a license, because I think that that's something some people are getting wrong. I'm making the video for you to be informed. I'm not telling you about Dubai because I want you to come to Dubai. I'm telling you about Dubai because I want you to know what's happening in Dubai, and so that you know what your options are, what options you have, if you want to do it or not. It's your decision at the end of the day. It's your decision to get a license. It's your decision to come to Dubai. It's your decision to stay in whatever apartment you want to stay in. This is just to inform you, to guide your decision. See you in the next video.